Oh, Blossom. It's pathetic, the killings. Anyway, okay, let's just go straight to the Benue protest. The youth of Benue State came out in mass to protest in Makode, the state capital, over the ongoing killings in the state. In one of their requests, they demanded to know why the president has not addressed the people in the heat of the killings. Very dark man VDM was also spotted among the youth as main gem for the protest yesterday. We have the video. Let's see the video.
And this has been going on for years. I am not safe. Nobody is safe in Benue today. My brothers and sisters, because of the killings in Benue State, has gone out of hand. Just yesterday, our brothers, sisters, wives, fathers, and what have you were murdered in cold blood, in numbers. And this has been going on for years. I am not safe. Nobody is safe in Benue. This is the capital of Benue State. And what is not far from here?
Youth were out protesting over the heinous killings of the general people. Yes. I came in this morning, one, to appeal to the youth, not to take laws into your hands. We can be calm and procedural while also pushing about the peace we desire. I want the youth to give peace a chance. Let us go back to the national table and see the best we can get for us to achieve this peace. We are in control of the situation. So I am assuring all the people that we are in control. What you see happening in your water yesterday, sir, because we have taken over back, because we are taking over way west, because we are already in Agatu. So when they were escaping, they just want to do something that they are in control. But they are not in control. All the sister security agents are working together. Whatever is spending you, spend us more. Because we are there, we are here for no other reason except security. Not in this state. And just as I told you, the governor is sleeping. And none of us are sleeping. The police is not sleeping.
I am protesting because right now we are standing on the death of mothers, our fathers, our brothers and sisters. We have become IDPs in our own country. These killings have persisted for years. A lot of talks have gone. Only last year, 500,182 people were displaced. We have 21 IDP camps in Benue. These killings won't stop. Until this moment, nothing is being done. Why? What is mocking is the deafening silence from our leaders, the duty bearers, the people who are supposed to speak, the people who are supposed to do something. Silence. Now we want answers. We want to know what is going on. The government has a duty to protect life and properties. If President Tinubu is overwhelmed by this insecurity central in Benue, in Plateau, in Taraba, he should step aside. He should resign. They should stop playing politics with human lives. President Tinubu understands what democracy means. We need to stay alive. We want to just live. Right now, we are pleading for our lives. Look at what is happening. Look at the humanitarian situation in the state. Look at how it's affecting economy. Yesterday, I saw people being maltreated, women and children crying by the roadside because they've had to flee from their communities. A woman woke up in this community. Her children, 5 children and mother were lynched.
Yesterday, over 200 people were killed in their sleep. What kind of a thing is this? And Mr. President is quiet. The governor is quiet. These people are not asking for political alphabet. They are just killing people in their sleep. We are farmers. We are an agrarian state to do with the people that are just roaming the streets. Please, we are calling on Mr. President to speak to us. No condolence message, nothing. Is Remu Tinubu a mother at all? She should talk to us. What is happening? He cannot depend on people that are trying to be politically correct. He reads the news, he sees the news. Please, we are sending a wrong message. We are going to stay here till Mr. President will speak to us. That is what we are going to say. Am I speaking the minds of Benue people?
Alrighty, welcome back. Well, it's so sad. The killings is that has been happening over time, and of course, looking at the numbers, it keeps climbing, which is not good. Anyway, in update to that video, I do not know why they keep doing this. I'll just say politicians and or slash leaders, you know, where the governor of Benue State was making a phone call to the president, or the president making a phone call to the governor, and from the conversation of the governor, he was actually thankful for the intervention of the president and for speaking to him and trying to put things in order. But as far as we're concerned, we do not think if there is any emergency rule yet, because people are requesting for that, so that there can be peace and order in Benue State. But I'll start with Chief D. Chief Gordy, what do you think about this? Obviously, like I said, there is an update, and the video, the part that gives me concern is people are crying lives, and the governor felt making a video of him making a call to the president is what we actually need to see online right now, or to show that he's something about it. I do not know, but what would you say in general to this?
I want to say that you are still playing politics, the life of the people in Benue State. I've always said this. If some of this killing affects some of the big men in the society, you will know. You will look for a solution without thinking, without any phone call. I think because it's about the very poor masses, the people, the wretched of the earth, as I used to call them. That's why the big men, the president, the governors, they are not telling themselves the truth. If you read the press statement issued by the president spokesperson, Mr. Bayo yesterday, you weep. You know, in the same environment, in a very developed world, the place where human life matters, where humanity precedes politics, where we have the milk of human kindness. I think I borrowed that from the Bible. You see that when a community, when a nation lose that amount of people, you see the gloom, the mourning, the nation sad. All right, the nation is sad. This happened on a Friday. This happened on a Friday to Saturday. As I yesterday, people are gathering in Gombe to endorse a president for 2027. That tells you that we don't value the dignity of human person. No? So this has been going on. It's abated in Plateau. He has moved to Benue. When the security seems to have tackled the issue, like treating the cancer with an eczema medication, you see that they will go to another place. It looks like we don't have an answer to a problem of people killing your people.
I also actually start to add to that is the fact that despite the killings in Benue State, we still have a governor from that part of the country stating that he has made adult education available to those repentant terrorists, as they say.
That is the problem that we have. Terrorism is not the sin that someone can come forward and just, okay, the sin of adultery, I say, I have given up this sin. It is indoctrination. They make you believe. It's just like telling an average fanatical religious person that their religion does not, even if they are going to die, they call on that religion, doesn't bring food, doesn't bring money. But what they believe is that you don't need to say that. That's what terrorists are. Nobody, even in Nigeria, we don't have the technical know-how to de-radicalize terrorists. We don't. So when you have a reverend father who is of the Christendom, who understands the value of life, in the saddle, still playing politics with human life. All of them, the same father Elias came to power pledging that is going to tackle the perennial insecurity problem in Benue State. One, yes, it looks very helpless. The president, you cannot tell your president, this is what is the problem. You are thanking him. The president released a statement and said, go and start a meeting, a reconciliation meeting. With who?
With who? With
the people that killed came at night. They don't even know. Yeah. Now, the police, this morning, the news this morning, the IG has sent a tactical squad to want to comb the forest. And I'm asking myself, you see, the way we think, the problem that we have in Nigeria is that we think that human beings are it's only, my father used to say that it's only a tree that we hear that tomorrow will be cut down, it will still be there. You can't see people killing people and still go inside the forest
and stay.
Or take, for example, even if they are in the forest and you're making a statement that we are coming to the forest,
at the end of the day, you find out that everybody is still dancing around the circle. Nobody, so much, like I keep saying in this meeting, so much noise, all movement, all motion, no movement.
All right.
So then you find out that Mr. President has ordered the military to do something. The same place, the same 2 weeks ago that Mr. President sent the chief of army staff and he relocated there as he lived and something happened. So at the end of the day, we know the problem. The problem with Nigeria is that, we know the problem. We know the solution, but we don't just want to do it.
We're beating around the bush.
Okay, all right. Well, due to transmission, we forgot to introduce our second guest. Apologies to Mr. Matthew. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the program. He's a public analyst. I'm sure this is not the first time he's been on the station. You're just meeting him. It's good to have you on the show, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Matthew.
Thank you for
Please forgive us. Or should we frustrate? Okay, all right.
Thank you, Mr. Matthew.
So in reaction to what we've been talking about, what is your own angle to this story?
Once again, thank you for having me. And it's very clear. Let me start from the point of the Constitution.
Okay.
Talking about Section 14, subsection 2B of 1999 Constitution as amended. And it's very clear that the welfare of the people and their security shall be the purpose of governance. So the whole essence of being in Aso Rock, the whole essence of being in government house in Makode in Benue State is the welfare of the people and their security. However, there are other areas that need attention, but that's the primary purpose why you are elected. Having said that, look at the situation where people is being killed. We saw what happened in Boko's and Basa local government area of Plateau State. At the time, the governor moved forward, alleged that it was genocidal in nature. Up to today, I don't think anyone is under prosecution. I don't think anyone has been arrested. We are now seeing a very serious issue in Benue State. And this issue in Benue State didn't start today. And let me quickly say that in Benue State, in Plateau State, in Southern Kaduna, in Taraba, they have similar issues. The question is, we are a sovereign state. And we are supposed to have monopoly of coercive power within all the territorial integrity of the country. Meaning, if someone hibernates in the forest, in the bush, the government, through the security agencies, should have the taste and destroy them, arrest them, set them wrong and bring them to justice. We have a situation where a group of people, whether they go by the name of Fulani Militia, whether they go by the name of bandit, whatever nomenclature you use, stay in the bushes, do all this manner of crime. We saw what happened in parts of Zamfara the other time, where Tony Bello celebrated the burning down of a military vehicle, and as we speak, it's very clear that he has been arrested. Even though the military came out to tell us the other time that he's a working ops, meaning they have intention, or rather they're closing in on him, but it is not the record that he has been arrested. So I'm saying, because I think what paramount at this point is solution.
True.
I say, one, we need to reject the Secretary of Exchequer. Because if the presence of the Chief of Army cannot deter those people who perpetrate the crime, then you know that you cannot continue doing the same thing over and over and expect different results. We definitely need to rigid the security architecture from the point of the law. Well, as we speak, issue of security is in the exclusive legislative list. There's every need to move it to the concurrent list, where both the state House of Assembly and National Assembly can have power to legislate over it. As such, if you have a security arrangement, because we agree that all crime is local, so you must address it and bring it, integrate the locals into the security arrangement. So to that end, if you are making a security arrangement at the state level, that arrangement should have power by law to bear arms sufficiently enough to address the level of insecurity. God understand that in the Southwest, for instance, under the last administration of Muhammad Buhari, there was a challenge when they came up with the issue of Amateco. At the situation where they were not permitted to be armed, and it was difficult to get their approval from the Office of the National Security Advisor, of course, gives an extra certificate for such arms to be procured and to be used. But again, I think I salute the courage of the current Director General of DSS, talking about Ajayi, who advised that going forward there is every need for communities to be empowered to be the fair line of defense in case of invasion of this type. He cited two instances where the communities in the north in the past were able to successfully repel invaders. And again, I think going forward, we should be looking into that, and the government should see to.
In what way are they going to do that?
I'm coming. The president made there was an approach from the presidency recently, and I want to believe that the government should hasten up that process. Talking about the issue of forest guard, where the presidency have said that they should recruit between 2,000 and 5,000 depending on their capacity to pay. So I want to say that the government, the federal government should synergize with the state government and even the local government to ensure that they speed up that process, because according to the information that they will be directly trained and armed from the Office of the National Security Advisor. Let me quickly say that we are dealing with a very formidable force. The reason I say this is not far-fetched, because if you go to Global Terrorism Index, it says that the Fulani military of Nigerian extraction is the fourth most dangerous terrorist organization in the world. Even at the situation where the former, or rather the immediate past governor of Benue State, talk about Autumn, raised alarm the other time, even as a sitting governor, that they attempted to assassinate him. And thereafter, a group came up to say they are Fulani nationality movement, and that they did it. And Autumn himself have even claimed that he has some documents where the same Fulani nationality movement have claimed that they own this country. So the point I'm making is there's every need for synergy between the federal government, the state government, and the local government. And going forward, I review that the state government and local government should be allowed to operate on level of the power, because you cannot just go by the name of the governor and chief security officer of the state without having what it takes to command the security, head of security agencies in the state to do the needful.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. Still talking about this Benue State insecurity thing, and it's, even the Pope, the newly elected Pope, even had to come and, of course, show his sympathy and call that something should be done about that. Not just him, even the international world at large. And we have a politician at some point who actually said a whole lot of things about this insecurity thing, and was stating that how would it be that this killing is happening now right there, just as you said, APC have called this meeting and they had to endorse a certain presidency without its vice president, which caused a whole lot of rancor in the house. So it's as though it's making the politicians or the leaders seem insensitive to what the killings that are happening in Benue. So moving forward, do you think it's better, rather than what they do calling for emergency rule in River State, it's better if that actually called for an emergency rule also in Benue State? Do you think that, Chief Godi?
The issue of state of emergency shouldn't arise. I mean, the way it was pronounced or proclaimed
in River State.
Okay. I think the government in all levels should hold themselves accountable to what is happening. And you know, the state governors do not have the powers to direct. I don't want to use the word control. The direct to give an order to the law enforcement agents like DSS, military, that's police, army, navy, peace. So they are all answerable to the press, as it were. So this is not an internal issue. This is a security issue that the government needs to be concerned about. Now, the number one Christian figure in the world, the Pope, are we in? And perhaps some people could actually say that maybe because one of their own is the governor of Benue State, but whatever it is, the Pope is human in the first place. So he has weighed in, and I expect other world leaders to speak out. And when they begin to speak out like that, you will see action from within, and people should begin to weigh in. I mean, if people can talk so much about the Israeli-Palestinian war, they can talk so much about what is happening in Ukraine, then we deserve more attention. The world leaders need to speak. There is a war against us. We don't know these people, and that is the most annoying thing. We don't know them. They don't own up. Like Boko Haram used to own up in the past. They will say, okay, we are the one that attacked this place, and you can know where you direct your attention to. So they will just come out, like from like a militia, attacked the community, and went back into where they come from. And I was reading, somebody said this morning, I mean, on one of the TV stations, a reporter from Benue on the ground was saying that the invaders came and the military did not allow them. So if military did not allow them, they know that they come with, and they have to go through another route. So why didn't you now, I mean, begin to strategize and know that these guys have an intention, and begin to stop it? What on earth? How are Benue communities going to grow with the amount of people that died in one night? How can you sleep with your eyes closed forever? I'm just talking about the trauma. Do you understand? So instead of us to always prevent this thing from happening, we allow it happen and begin to issue a press statement, we begin to grant interview, begin to talk. You can imagine even on the road, when we're growing up, when you see a dead body on the road, you cannot sleep. It's a madman that died. You cannot. Everybody is so. You can see. Nobody has called for the flag to be fly on for over 100 to die in one night. Country, the country is doing well. Everybody is going about their duty. Seriously, so when I look at my country again, I ask myself, do people still able to call themselves security expert, commissioner of police, inspector general police, this or police, and these things are happening, and they are earning salary every month?
You know what? I'm just hopeful that if this
so
one,
sad.
If this one,
I'm not calling on any. I'm not inciting anything, but I'm just saying that it's so sad that we have lost the heart of human being. Pity, the heart of compassion, empathy. We have completely lost it. We have completely lost it. That yesterday people came out to say enough is enough, and police were seeing them. Where were police when this thing was happening? Where were police when we were bombed?
Okay, we have a Zoom guest that will be reacting to this very quickly. We have Comrade Ola Bola, the way from, he's a coordinator in Ogun State. So we would have him briefly tell us what he thinks and what's the way forward in all of this. Comrade, please go ahead. We're listening to you.
Well, that will tell you that we are in the first stage. The dog has failed all. Now, the government is more reactive than proactive. Look at the energy that all security forces, the military, the police, they work together in the course of this protest. The people have said, the youth have said, if all the energy, if all these energies have been put together to secure people's life, in the first instance, the killings of over 100 people would have occurred in the first instance. So it's failure on the part of the government, and there is no two ways about it. It's right time for people to secure themselves. It's right time for the people to secure themselves and to stand by whatever they believe, because military not guarantee safety of lives and property. Today, Benue State will be hub of agriculture in this country. So these killings, it's going to have a multiplier effect on our food security in Nigeria. So as it stands today, we should be expecting food scarcity, and distribution of agricultural produce throughout the federation. So there's going to be food shortage within our region and within Nigeria. So it's not a case whereby the Ministry of Agriculture calling for that staff and members of the ministry should be paying that there is shortage of food, there is food insecurity. These are one of the major reasons why our agricultural produce cannot, our farmers cannot go to farm and go to fight with very serious on on food. So we expect, if not famine in the nearest future, it's going to affect us. The price of food, agricultural commodities skyrocket because one region will do at least 45 or 50% of what we do eliminated, taking to restriction. So their farmers cannot go to farm, the people cannot go to farm. So we expect it. The government failure is the main in this issue now. Thank you.
Probably inflation is maybe going to be on the rise because of all this. Now, got people of Benue State to be scared to go to the farm and to farm because even staying there is they are not sure of waking up the next day. So how much more going to the? What could be the reason for all of this? Is it that because they do not want them to farm, want people to starve, they want poverty to continue, or they just want to have that land or that state? What do you think this is? Let me start with you, Chief Godi.
I don't know what it is, but I think that this issue has been on. If you look at the trajectory, the way the story has been going, it used to be Fulani herdsmen and Benue farmers. Now, the Fulani has completely been removed from it, so it's now herders farmers. So I'm asking myself, the government of Muhammadu Buhari came on with ranching. Was it ranching wanted to do or something else? And till today, since Buhari left, that issue is there. But that could be a factor to solving this problem, if indeed it's not a terrorism issue.
It's a herdsman.
All right. If it's a farmer herders problem, because for instance, if I have cattle, my cattle must fit. All right, and the deforestation as a result of the climate change from the up north coming down. So the herders keep coming to the south where grasses seems to be greener. And now the story is now moving because the way it's looking at it, it doesn't look like the community attacked the cattle. They engaged in cattle rustling. And the herders now fought back by also killing them. So there's no storyline like that. So what is the problem? So where are these people? Where do they live?
Who are they?
Who are they? Now that we have removed Fulani from their name, so they are now becoming Eda. All right. So, and I think the government has the capacity and capability to identify these people and treat them as criminals, because nothing on earth should encourage you to take another person's life. When it gets to that point, you become a criminal. You should be treated as such. All right. So at the end of the day, you see that I don't want to play ethnic card, but permit me to make this analogy. You see that in the southeast, where things like that are not happening, you see the army flooding everywhere. Operation Python, Operation Crocodile, Operation this, Operation that. So when it happens in the middle belt, what are they doing? The very base of the military operation in Nigeria. The very base of the military operation. These are the things these are the places that these things are happening. So I said this morning that it is just about 200 miles from a military station to where these things happen. And these guys were shooting. There is no way somebody will shoot. There will be a gunshot, several gunshot Fatima that you cannot hear as a military person. So what happened? I wouldn't say my anger. My sadness this morning is that the people that have died will never come back. They would have stopped it. Those who died, some of them, in those who died, a governor was there, a senator, senate president was there, even a president. Because if you look at the way our recruitment process, none of our presidents in the past have come from a very wealthy family. So if one of them were like this, people could have been a victim of this kind of issue. If Nigeria was like this in the past, so we have a doctor, we have a lawyer, we have an engineer who is buried in that rumble on Saturday.
So sad.
So why can't we do something instead of sitting behind our desks to write a press statement that will not bring people? When Boko Haram started in 2014 and they usually drop bomb in the north, we in Lagos, we were very comfortable. But some of us, when we go to a drinking place, we say let them kill themselves. By the time the team come down to Abuja and begin to get to Southwest, everybody sat up. Is that not why the governors in Southwest started doing Omoteku? So when it begins to get to us, because you don't know how painful a death is until your loved one is involved.
It's so sad. Actually, Chief Godi, you have just
Pastor, over to you.
Yes, I'm going. I have a question for you. You know, I think he has actually analyzed everything pertaining to that. It's actually sad. Okay, so when we watched the protest, the video of the protest, we found that the protesters were saying, because the deputy governor was there, and they didn't want to listen to the deputy governor. They said they didn't want to talk to the governor. They wanted the president to come address them. Do you think actually the president should have been there immediately to address this situation?
It's not even about the president being that person. Though his presence is needed at least to prove that he
cares.
Showed empathy. But beyond his presence, he has a responsibility to protect lives and property. He has sworn to to do that. Let me quickly say that the reactionary approach is unacceptable. We are not seeing proactiveness on the part of the government. And I think the security agencies have failed in terms of intelligence gathering. Because you have the DSS that is saddled with responsibility of intelligence gathering locally. We have the NIA that gathers intelligence globally at the international level. We have the police, even within the police, we have surveillance that even mixed with the public without disclosing their identity. So what happened to our intelligence gathering that you will see a crime or criminals hatch their plan, execute it without the security agencies getting wind of it? It still boils down to that we must rejig our security architecture. Because the way it is, I just said it, I said we are dealing with a formidable force. If the global terrorism desk would say that the Fulani military of Nigerian extraction
is the fourth most dangerous terrorist organization in the world, we should know what we are dealing with. And the way it is, you must possess monopoly on coercive power as a government. Because it's unacceptable seeing miscreants, militias, hibernating in your forest, in your bushes, coming at their convenience to kill people and go back unchallenged. I don't think that is acceptable. And for me, the security system is not working.
Okay.
There is every need to think out of the box.
Well,